So, what's up? What's up? We need to talk, okay? Taraji P. Henson. What's really going on? What type of, y'all, I don't even want to go there. But was that a performance? I mean, the way the interviewer had asked, she heard on the streets. What do you mean you heard on the streets? The streets of what? Wicked Hollywood?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, "You work a lot." Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. The top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%.
That's right.
Okay? So do the math. Now,
that Hollywood has actually fallen apart, had already been fell apart, but more and more people are starting to speak out. Okay? But look though, look, Hollywood, what? Didn't Prince already talk about it? Didn't he have it on his face? Like, come on, let's play back in the mind. Why do you think Prince said they wanted him to become a slave to the music? To what extent was Prince not having it? Why do you think Prince started to go by the name formerly as Prince? His spirit was dismantled. There was an uproar. There was a shakeup. We are honestly out here dealing with some wicked spirits in everyday living. Honestly, Taraji, a lot of us is tired. Okay, now wait a minute. Taraji, not once again, not trying to be funny, okay? But you was never on the level of a Michael I don't know who it. Michael was special, okay? Big time Michael fan, okay? Y'all remember the tour was called This Is It. Why was it called This Is It? Michael was tired. You know how much Michael was involved in financially that he had to pay back this this astronomical number. But Michael, businessman, very, very smart. But when those who want to play even shrewder, if that's even a word, I don't know, don't really care at this point, they will break you down to the level that they want you to be in, that it may not be no coming back. Yes, Monique. I know her name coming up in all of this as well. How Monique, done spoke up, but Monique, she may. Ain't no time. I'm just saying, it's just that type of business. It's very wicked. Whatever she practicing, ain't practicing. I don't know, but yeah, she's speaking out. But who did back her? Yeah, she was crying out. Okay, and it's so funny because it's like, it's not funny literally, but I'm just saying people like to see you down. They like to see you begging. They like for you to be out here on the picket line, and sometimes you still get nowhere. So yeah, her moment did go viral. Taraji's moment did go viral. Okay, Monique, she done shed her tears. She done talked about Tyler Perry being blackballed. She done talked about Oprah Winfrey. She done talked about Lee Daniels. Now, isn't Lee Daniels the one who was what? The big time man when it came to Empire. That's the show Taraji was on. Then you got Terrence Howard. He crying out too, talking about he ain't getting his just due. Now, my question is, these people are making more money than the average. Yes, they are in a higher tax bracket. Yes, Taraji talking about the math ain't mathing. Well, shoot, the math ain't been mathing for like all the years I have known for math to be math, because half the time it's like, okay, how much do you make on average? What does the average person even make? And then by the time you do have to pay Uncle Sam, what is left? Taraji, you are not alone. Okay, it's people that's working in the transportation system. They are tired. There are people that work in the automotive, plant industry, factory industry. They are tired. There's people that work in the food industry. They are tired. There are entrepreneurs working as barbers, beauticians, eyebrow technicians, nail techs. They are tired. Okay? You got nurses. You got doctors. You got lawyers. They are tired. Oh, let's bring up Jackie, don't we? Why don't we? The doctor, Jackie from Married to Medicine. Okay? She basically said she tired. She tired of the ones coming into her office wanting to get off of work, making up their pain level. Well, sounds like somebody else is tired. But Jackie, I'm gonna blame this one on you though, because you had no business going there. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe you the one that's tired. Maybe you need to go to the doctor and get you an excuse to be off your job. Lisa Left Eye Lopez from the legendary group TLC. She said, get ready to do your math, okay? Lisa did this interview. What was it? MTV, VH1, one of them, and was talking about the industry. How many points? What did she say? 3 cents? 3 cents? How you gonna live off of that? Let's not forget, she went up there to Clive Davis' office, her and the girls, because they was mad. They wanted to know where was their money. They were tired. They were at the time the biggest selling girl group of all time. Okay? None of this, what about the ones who is making $8 an hour on the job? Oh my gosh, I remember not long ago going to this grocery store, okay? And I remember seeing what their wages were just out there in the open. Everybody looked the same. Everybody looked the same at this grocery store. It's very very interesting. The location where it was located, the type of people that did shop there. It was like a bulk. Buy it in wholesale basically. But the thing was, how are you living off of $8 an hour, and then by time the math is done to pay your taxes, it's not adding up? So when Taraji gets on there crying about what's going on and how can she be a voice for further generations, let me tell you how to do it. Let me just take a minute and tell the truth. Okay, you and some others as well. Just tell the truth. Did you happen to sign a bad deal of some sort? All things alleged. I'm just talking. It's just my opinion commentary. And Lord knows, Taraji, I hope, I hope you ain't got tied up with the wrong man and had to help somebody out. Okay. Well, then again, I hope you ain't got tied up with some family members. I hope you ain't had to owe nobody. Because honestly, her energy been off, y'all. Her energy been off. She ain't been herself. And this is the time that she's actually supposed to be promoting her latest project. But now you on here going viral, not because of what you done said to promote this movie, but because of some personal things that are going on with you in the industry. Yes, you said that this person has to be owed. Yes, you said the next person has to be owed as well. Well, see, sometimes what happens too with some of these Hollywood heads, your heads get too big and you think you got to have a whole team. That team that's making you feel good for that moment. So you basically got to pay them to be on your roster. Yes, the agent got to be paid. Yes, the manager got to be paid. Yes, the consultant for this. Yes, was it the publicist for this? Did she want to go viral for this? Did she think Hollywood is really about to come knocking at her door? I remember when Taraji, I think one of the very first roles that I saw her in, not starring, but one of the first roles that I saw her in, looking back over her career, she was on The Smart Guy. Remember Taj Murray, Tia and Tamara's little brother? Yeah, she had a guest role appearance. Okay, yeah, we know her from Baby Boy. Yes, we know her from, what is it, Benjamin Button. And she says, she talking about she just don't feel like she's being owed what she's due. Well, welcome to the world of I have to save my money, Welcome to the world of I have to live within my means. But Taraji, didn't you also put out a hair care line? How is that doing? Like, some people would love to have that opportunity. Or did you just happen to put your name on it and then hope to make money from it? But maybe that did flop because your heart really wasn't into it. Or maybe you just put your name on it just to think you were going to. I don't know. Are people deliberately like giving you some bad business deals and maybe, again, that you owe somebody? I mean, have you ever thought about possibly having a production company of some sort? Have you actually thought about helping the newer generation? About how you gonna fight? What are you gonna pass down? Have you thought about possibly creating jobs, doing an independent type of situation, or when you are in the room with the likes of a Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey or whoever the big wigs are of Hollywood to ask, how can I get to the next level? Or is it that some of these same people like to keep individuals down and they don't want to see them elevate? Are you only scratching the surface of what's really going on with your story? Inquiring minds want to know. Because at this age and how long you done been in the game, yeah, you got something to pass down. So it's like, tell the truth. It ain't always cut to be like what it is. It's not always about the glitz and the glamour and being the who's who. And 1 minute dating, who was it, Lamar Odom? See, and that's another thing. See, nowadays, it does take 2 and 3 and 4 incomes to survive. It's nothing wrong with having a helpmate. Forget all of that independent woman. I can do it all on my own. Yo, having a real serious friend, companion, husband, wife, companionship, whatever the label is. Men, don't shut down on the women saying, oh, I thought, you want to be an independent woman. It's not all women and it's not all men, that have that to say. But the thing is, it is real out here. It's a lot of people that's tired. Now, I am out of my element right now today, taping, and I'm sure the ones here, some of them are tired. I'm just praying that nobody gets tired actually on the job, okay? Especially when it's dealing with life and death. And you best believe life and death is in the power of the tongue. So Taraji gonna have to get herself together mentally to make a comeback. Maybe it was just a moment at the moment to have this moment, but it does not mean to fall apart. Get back in the game if that's what you choose to do. Get yourself educated. And if you have to go back to a 9 to 5, doggone it, well, at least you know when your check is coming. Okay? At least you ain't having to kiss behind in the process. But a lot of these jobs can be questionable, but sometimes you just got to go in, not say too much, do your job, get your check. Because what are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Now, it's some decent jobs out here, I know, but what are we supposed to do? Just fall apart? Because last I knew, the tent ain't titting like it used to. She talking about the math ain't mathing. Well, last I knew, the tent ain't titting to be trying to end up on Skid Row somewhere. People are now trying to even afford a tiny house, for that matter. Trying to go online to afford them a little tiny house that look like a little shotgun house at the same time. Okay? And just setting it up on the sidewalk. Like, you gonna move my little house? Now, how they got the money to even afford the little tiny house, I don't know. Maybe that was the money, because they say, that's what the homeless are doing. Sometimes people's minds, like they say, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Because sometimes people be mathing up some of these people. Like, they gonna make a way out of no way. That's why it's like we can't even put our focus to have so much faith in these celebrities. They got problems. They got problems. Lord Jesus, look at Bashir. He was on the show Empire. We already know Justice Smollett and how that went. Every day, y'all, it seems to be somebody new. In all these stories, it's like, wow, there's some similarity lined up in these stories. What is the answer? They had to strike. The actors went on strike. Hollywood shut down. Then you got different ones getting online, asking for donations to hit the cash app. I need help. My kid is going to a private school in order for me to continue this. I need help. The residual checks. I'm not making no money. That's, they get, whose money is really right today? I mean, some are. And without even saying too much, think about even how this world was built. Think about it. What was the first trade? It's always going to be somebody at the top. But everybody got somebody to answer to, period. So whose side are you on? How far are you willing to go? To what extent will you let it drive your spirit, drive you as a person to do the unthinkable? Where again, right is wrong and wrong is right. Whose game are you willing to play?